Welcome to Quizmaster Hub. Are you ready for a history challenge? 50 questions, 10 seconds each. No pauses, no mercy. Let's see how smart you really are. Which Norman king of England began the building of the Tower of London? C. William I. What was invented by Isaac Singer in 1851? D. The sewing machine. Which Jewish girl kept a diary whilst hidden in Amsterdam in 1942? C. Anne Frank. In which religion is the Talmud a sacred text? B. Judaism. In which century did Marco Polo visit China? C.
13th century.
In which U.S. city was the first skyscraper built in 1885? D. Chicago. What long poem did Oscar Wilde write in prison? A. The Ballad of Reading Gaol. Which city did Marco Polo start his Chinese journey from? C.
Venice.
In which country was Europe's first motorway built? D. Germany. What name did Malcolm and Donald Campbell give their various high-speed vehicles? B. Bluebird. When was the first submarine built? 1624, 1824, or 1924? A. 1624. What was the spacecraft that made the first moon landing? C. Apollo 11. What kind of bombs were Fat Man and Big Boy? B.
Atomic bombs.
Who were the first settlers to explore the Rockies? A.
Trappers.
Which Italian city was once ruled by a doge? C. Venice. Which famous car was designed by Alec Issigonis in 1959? The Beetle, the 2CV, or the Mini? D. The Mini. What was the huge glass building erected in London for the Great Exhibition in 1851? D. The Crystal Palace. What vital modern medicine was discovered by Alexander Fleming in 1928? A. Penicillin.
How often, to within 5 years, does Halley's Comet fly near the Earth?
A. Every 75 years.
Who sent the first radio message from England to Australia?
C.
Guglielmo Marconi.
What kind of animal was the first to go into space? B. A dog. Which side won the first Rugby Union World Cup in 1987? B. New Zealand.
Who was Britain's youngest ever Prime Minister?
B. William Pitt the Younger. Which British commander won the Battle of Plassey in 1757? D.
Robert Clive.
Nicholas Breakspere was the only English one, what? A. Pope.
Who in the Bible was the brother of Esau?
C. Jacob.
In which country was the first national park set up in 1872?
D. USA. Yellowstone. What was the Eiffel Tower made of? A. Metal. What famous newspaper was published for the first time in 1785? C.
The Times.
What did John McAdam become famous for?
A. Road making. What does the Bayeux Tapestry show? C. The Norman invasion of England.
What was the city of New York originally called by Dutch settlers?
D. New Amsterdam.
In which country is the ancient Walloon language spoken?
B.
Belgium.
What tomb did Howard Carter find in 1922?
B. Tutankhamun. What kind of place was Bedlam in 18th century London? D. A lunatic asylum.
What material beginning with P did the ancient Egyptians write on?
A. Papyrus. Which royal house did both Edward I and Richard II belong to? C.
House of Plantagenet.
In which decade was the Korean War fought?
C. The 1950s. Which instrument is associated with Andrés Segovia? A.
The Spanish guitar.
Which English poet died in 1824 helping Greece in her revolt against the Turks?
C. Lord Byron.
Which branch of the British Armed Forces was founded by Alfred the Great?
A.
The Navy.
Who danced the Dance of the Seven Veils? D. Salome.
Which singer was known as the Big O?
D.
Roy Orbison. Where did a Viking land in 1976?
C. Mars.
Which navy did the battle cruiser Bismarck belong to?
D. German. Who found the first northerly route from the Atlantic to the Pacific? A.
Roald Amundsen. How many buffalo did Buffalo Bill slaughter? 40, 400, or 4,000?
D. 4,000.
What is the highest award for bravery in the British Army?
A. The Victoria Cross.
Who wrote the opera Carmen?
D. Bizet. Which painting by Picasso commemorates the bombing of a Spanish village in 1937? A.
Guernica.
Great job for completing the quiz. How many answers did you get right? Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share for more fun quizzes. See you next time on Quiz Master Hub.